Rob and Slim Show.
Hello? Hello?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Rob?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
How's it going, dude?
It's going well, guys.
Rob Anderson, you are the co-founder of Inkster.com.
That is correct, yeah.
Dude, it looks like such a cool site. Is it still being developed?
Yeah, we're actually, sorry, I'm just trying to best see how to hear you guys because I had you playing in the background and I just...
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, you might have to turn that down because it gets...
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a delay on
Yeah.
it. Okay, I'm just gonna talk into the phone then.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, as you had mentioned, yeah, it is still in development. We're actually speaking with a company out of Montreal who's trying to help us line that up. None of the current founders are coders, so we're looking to work with a company that'll come on as a partner and help us bring her the rest of the way home. So they're excited, and we're excited. And
That's what it seems. It seems like it's almost done.
Yeah, like it had a lot of steam going right out of the bat and out of the gates, and we kind of some of the companies that we were working with, it just didn't work out. It is what it is, and
Yeah.
I think everything's meant to be. At the end of the day, everything's meant to be, and now we're sitting here, and it's like, wow, it's speaking with exactly what we were looking for. Somebody's going to come on as an equity partner and code it for us, and really, they already have a presence, so they're going to help us bring it to market, and and once we kind of line that up and find the right marketing firm, it's good to go.
Because I feel like I've heard of it before. Like, I know it's not the first time I heard of it when I prepped for the interview today. But like I said, I didn't know, so I went to the site and I saw, I couldn't tell if it was an app or like a website, or is it going to be both?
Yeah, well, we want it to be both. We want, a large market, a large percent of the market these days is on mobile. So
Yeah.
we definitely, we want it to be very mobile friendly, and once we can, maybe have a native mobile app eventually as well. But definitely geared towards mobile.
Cool. And it's for artists to sell their work. Is it mostly like photographers and like drawings?
Well, we'd like it to be for realistically anybody, like, anybody who's a creative do-it-yourselfer or stay-at-home mom who's doing arts and crafts, kind of like, there's the other sites out there like Etsy or something. Like, we don't want to restrict what can be done. We just want it to be a creative community, like, and people can, if you made it, you can basically sell it on there, you know what I mean? Whether it's music, fashion,
That's what I was
like
going to ask.
photography. Yeah, like we just
Like
want it
music,
to be a creative hub. Yeah.
And maybe like animators too, like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Like, the sky's the limit. Like, people come to us and tell us, hey, could we do that? Could authors sell books on that? And we're like, hey, yeah, sure, if you guys want to. Like, we don't want to limit it to,
That sounds really cool. And is it going to have like different categories on there? Like...
oh yeah, for sure. Everything will be filtered down, tagged and everything. So we're as we develop it, we're trying to make sure we think of a lot of these things ahead of time. Of course, there's things you don't know that you don't know, but we want it to definitely be easily filterable, and if you can sort content, and if there's things that you don't want to see, maybe you don't want to see paintings, maybe you don't care about certain things, you want your feed to be specific to fashion and photography only, you can customize those to see, what your feeds, your social feeds to be like, what other people are looking at, what other people in your network are doing, and things like that. So
how are you going to prevent if somebody tries to upload somebody else's work?
Well, that's like, it's a large part of it's going to be community driven, and it kind of tends to happen with things of this nature is that people are very protective of their work. So, we're going to have our processes in place and our community standards, and people who, copyright will go in and make sure that, if there is a dispute that we can settle it. And like things like, even if it's music wise, like there's apps now these days that are reverse Shazam. So like if you're uploading like Britney Spears' newest track and it's like trying to sell it as music, we know it's not, like hopefully we can do those types of things to make sure that people aren't doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
We want people to have integrity at the end of the day, and if they're caught using it, they'll get banned.
Yeah.
It's not for people that are going to abuse the privilege, because we want to make it accessible. We want to make it free because we want people to, maybe people that aren't that well off. Not everybody's successful, but like, even people who are street artists, they wouldn't cost them anything to have an account. If they had a friend that could help them ship their art, they could sell it.
Yeah.
So we want to make it accessible to everybody, not just people who, like the poshy, pretentious art, like art gallery
Snobs.
We want to be street artists and have our profile on there, and somebody can help them with that, and so hopefully you can see parts and artists and parts of the world that you've never even thought of,
Cool. That's cool, dude. I really like that. Yeah. Is it going to be worldwide?
Yeah, we definitely wanted to actually. The company that we're speaking with out of Montreal, they're actually big. They've got big like e-commerce presence, like over in Asia and things like that. And so they've already got presence out there, and like we're building a strong Canadian and North American presence. So we definitely want to go global, and it's just a matter of getting it coded in different languages, perhaps or whatever. But the sky's the limit. Like we don't want to exclude anybody. We want it to be, I think the technology and everything, how amazing the world is. Like we definitely want it to be accessible to as many people as possible.
If you want my opinion, those poshy assholes have actually ruined the art community.
The snobs.
Yeah, they flooded it with just crap, man. Like, someone can just dribble like paint on a fucking canvas, and as long as they know the right people, as long as they know the right fucking people, it's like a fucking classic work of art. It's almost as good as something Da Vinci made.
Yeah,
which it's not.
Yeah, there's always going to be different classes of art lovers. You're always going to have your people that are paying there's paintings out there that are worth ridiculous amounts, like hundreds of millions of dollars. So there'll always be those people, but I think it's going to be more accessible for Inkster will be more about the the everyday person.
How did you come up? Did you come up with the idea, Rob, or did you get on board?
Dan came up with the name for Inkster, and he'd come up with the name for Inkster.com. He wanted to be a tattoo, kind of like an app for tattoos, and Inkster obviously hence that name. And then we kind of he brought it to me, and we just kind of was like, well, it's a good name, and it just expanded from there. So he was the one who kind of came up with the catchy name and the brand of it, and it just basically with something like Inkster, it's such a powerful domain, like one word, 2-syllable domain.
It really sounds strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, wow, we're like, why limit it to just tattoo artists? Like, let's make it, it's such a powerful domain and brand that evolved from it that, it would have been a shame to just be like, yeah, it's just for tattoos,
Yeah, right?
And so, yeah, it kind of just took off and went crazy, and it's been an amazing ride, and we've all learned a lot from it, and it was not even 2 years ago. It was just kind of an idea in the air, and now it's got legs now,
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw, too, on the site, it had your bio. I saw you did magic.
Yeah, I was, I was wondering who'd be the first person to ask about magic. But yeah, when I was young, I remember my uncle and my grandpa were a family get-together. I couldn't have been much more than 5 or 6 at the time, and my uncle made a coin disappear in his hands, and my grandpa, he put newspaper over this roll of twine and moved it around the table, and then smacked the twine through the table through the newspaper, and it just blew me away. And I spent the rest of the afternoon trying to figure that out until they showed me, because my hand was getting sore because I was trying to smack this thing through the table, So they taught me how to do the tricks, and I was from a young age. I remember I did in grade 2. I dressed up as a magician and did a show for the class for Halloween. My dad would read the magic novels and books, and he would teach me how to do the tricks, because it was some of the novels were a little bit past my comprehension level for that age, So it was kind of our thing, but yeah, it just always fascinated me, And plus, magicians who didn't back in those days, and growing up in the '80s, all the magicians had hot assistants, scantily clad assistants, making them disappear. So, that's always a cool part of it.
It was so much more of a secret back then, too,
Yeah, not everybody knew how to do all the tricks.
Yeah. That's cool. And also, I saw you were a DJ.
Yeah, I still DJ here and there. It's something I'll probably never stop doing. Since the past few years, I've kind of focused more on producing and stuff. But
cool.
Yeah, I got probably all the other DJ kids out there when I was young. And my mom said if I went to university, she'd buy me two turntables and a mixer, and so she did. And I didn't really have money for records, so I used all her old records and learned how to DJ on Saturday Night Fever, Staying Alive soundtrack.
That's awesome. Do you play any instruments as well?
When I was young, I played the drums, and then for a couple of grades I played the saxophone. But
cool.
Definitely, I haven't played either of them in a long time. But if anything, I'm going to be jumping back into the piano, because it just makes sense for producing. You can pretty much with MIDI, you can put any instrument. So the piano is the next step.
What about bass? Did you ever?
Yeah, bass
delve-
too. I'd love to have a bass guitar.
I've delved into bass. It's
Yeah.
it's one of the easiest instruments to learn, but like
I was trained. Like, I was in school. I learned trumpet, and then my mouth got too big for the mouthpiece, and then I started playing baritone, and I was like, yeah, this just is not cool.
what happened with me with bass is I was progressing. I was doing pretty good, and then Sandy happened. I lost all my fucking except for my bass, but I lost like the amps and everything, and I just
Wow.
oh man.
But you lost your virginity too.
Oh, is this your girlfriend calling, Pete?
Oh God, it's Joan.
Oh, Rob, this is Pete's girlfriend. I don't know what she... Joni, we have an interview going on, Joni.
Really, I have one going on too.
Oh, yeah?
With
Yeah.
myself.
Oh, you're
With yourself?
It's a one-on-one interview with a dildo and myself.
Oh, Joni.
Joni.
You were supposed to call like 2 interviews ago.
Yeah.
We had 2 men now. We're picking up Pete.
Yeah,
like,
2
where
men
are
were
you?
going after
Men
Pete.
trying to get after my butthole. You didn't defend me.
Sorry,
You weren't supposed to trash up another interview.
You didn't
though.
defend my butthole.
I was busy eating a pizza in an alleyway trash can.
How did you afford that? Oh, a trash can. I get it.
Trash can pizza, it's so good.
Did it taste so good you could kick some puppies?
Yes, kick some puppies.
Oh my God! All right, Tony, you're gonna have to let us go. You're gonna have to let Pete go because he's got a show to do.
Well, PJ, you got a show to do later with me.
All right, Tony.
I'll be there, Joe.
All right.
All right, sweeties, I'll talk to you later.
See you later, Joe.
Nighty night. Keep your buttholes tight.
All right, Tony. Don't die out there on the mean streets. Oh my God! Sorry, Rob.
That's okay.
Oh.
These things happen.
They do. He got lured into the world of Ashley Madison a while ago, and she just won't stop calling us.
It's an evil place.
Oh my God, that was horrible. Oh, Pete, you were talking about the bass? You lost.
Yeah, man. Well, I got the bass.
Yeah, where were we?
Yes.
Okay, I got the guitar,
Okay.
but the amp, I lost all the equipment for it.
Yeah.
Like, it all got fucking drowned.
You
and
could probably get
everything.
an amp like kind of cheap,
Cheap,
though.
yeah.
My uncle gave me an amp. I just haven't, like, since it's happened. I just
I-
haven't gotten back to it.
I had known like guitar, how to read notes and stuff, and then like I didn't play for a while, and I just couldn't
Yeah.
remember. And all my friends were like, "Yeah, that's bullshit," but I honestly couldn't.
No. If you don't get past like intermediate, you're not gonna remember.
I just sold it. I got rid of it. You know, tablature is okay, but
yeah, it's.
The thing about drums is too, they're so loud. Like when I got the first set of drums, my parents bought a set for me. They were just kind of a mix and match set. They were like $250. They got them for me for Christmas.
yeah.
And a few years later, we had a flood at their house, and the insurance bought me a brand new like $3,500 set of Pearl drums. And I was like, "What? Are you serious?"
Oh man.
And then, but I was living with my mom and my brother at the time, and we rented out the basement to help pay out the bills, and my drums were down there in a room that wasn't kind of rented out, and it was just too loud. So the drums had to go because our tenants didn't appreciate them. So
I would've
sold the
kept
drums
them.
and bought a dirt bike instead.
Nice.
Yeah. That's what my uncle did.
What?
That's what
Bought
my
a dirt
uncle did.
bike?
He bought a dirt bike back in the 70s, like the old school ones.
Oh yeah,
They were the best.
I got one. Mine was from the mid '80s, like an old YZ80. It was like a
Yeah.
two-stroke, and it was fast. I couldn't even touch the ground when I bought it.
I remember a couple of my uncles had those in the yard. I don't know if they ever had them running though. Like they were.
Yeah, oh man, that's
Just
the
like-
thing about those old two-strokes. They spend a lot of time. You spend a lot of time fixing them. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's what it was, and they just basically like sat in the yard.
But when they did go, oh man, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 strokes.
So how about you guys? How you guys doing tonight?
We're all right.
Pretty good.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show. It's pretty cool. Like, I was like, all right. I jumped on and I was listening to the previous guy, and I was like, oh man, I hope I don't have to know all this like Deep Space Nine trivia.
No, not at all, man.
I didn't come prepared for this, man.
I was shocked that Pete knew all that stuff. Like I've watched, like I said, I watched the first season and the reboots, but
I had to like Google Deep Space Nine. I'm like, that sounds like a sci-fi porno or something.
In some ways, it is. I don't know, like, yeah, it's not something I'm like out and about. But if somebody knows about it, I can bullshit about
we were talking about that on break, Rob, and Pete's like, yeah, I'm not too proud of that.
Yeah. It's like,
I never got into Deep Space Nine. I was like a Star Trek Next Generation guy.
I like Next Generation. Yeah.
And like you said too, I'm more of a Star Wars guy.
yeah, I'm actually more of a Star Wars guy myself.
Because it's less to put into something, and it's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, well, here's
Yeah.
the thing. Like Star Trek, they just like bullshit about like techno. It's all techno babble. You know? Like Star Wars, everything just works. You know what I mean? Like everything works. They know how it. They're like so far ahead.
Moisture farmers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it works so well.
So, did you guys like The Force Awakens?
Oh my God, I loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Did you,
I
Rob?
was very
Yeah.
impressed.
I liked it so much better than those fucking prequels.
Oh yeah, right. I've only heard like a couple people like not happy with it.
I mean, when it does come down to it, it was just kind of a remake of A New Hope. Like,
I
it was
don't
very
agree with
similar.
that though.
You
It
don't-
was,
Yeah,
it was
it
a
was very
completely new
similar.
story though. Like it was.
Yeah,
Completely different characters.
My cousin's husband said that like it was just a retell of that, but it was a completely new story. Like
It's always going to be people awakening to the Force, though. Like I'm just awakening to it right now. Like it's just always going to be that story. So I kind of get where they're coming from with it, but like it's kind of that's how the story goes.
it was cool to see the old timers too. Like back in, I thought it was
man.
really, really
I did
nicely
really enjoy
done.
I thought it was really good, man. Like I thought it was a completely different story. Like the Knights of Ren, they got away from the Sith thing. Like the Sith
They explained a lot too. I like how they explained like how the stormtroopers weren't clones anymore, and I think they did great.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie.
I heard they're making a movie about Finn, right?
No. We're doing a movie called Rogue One. And it's about them
Yeah.
stealing the Death Star plans.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually, and there's going to be no Jedi in it.
Really?
So it's supposed to be like they're going to be showing the brutality of the Empire, pretty much.
Oh no.
Oh,
How
wow.
much it sucks to live under that.
So how long you guys been doing this show for?
About 2 years.
2 years. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been doing
That's
good.
cool. And so you do it like every, I guess it's Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yep. Every Wednesday.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
We
Yeah,
take-
like I said, I was just looking into it, and I was like, oh, you guys got quite the roster, so it's fun that you guys do that, and you line up like same time slots every week kind of thing?
Yeah, we do 7 every half hour, 7 to 10.
Oh, that's cool.
We do the interviews.
5:30 to 7 is usually just us bullshitting, doing
Yeah.
news stories and stuff like
Making
that.
fun of each other and news stories. We usually like I'll talk about stuff that happened on Twitter, show stuff and all that, and
Yeah, is that how? I think that's how we connected the first, right? It was on Twitter.
yes, that's what I book a majority of the guests off of there.
Yeah, I was wondering how you guys track people down. I was just gonna ask that, but yeah, that's what you
Usually,
guys tell
and
me. It's hey man, I didn't even have Twitter like 2 years ago, even a year and a half ago, and it's become a pretty indispensable tool in finding just getting out there.
yeah, I agree, dude. We could not have done the show that we do without it.
Yeah.
So it's cool, man.
it's definitely got a cool vibe about it because, you know, like Facebook, it's, you know, it's still, I think, even though it's trying its best, you know, and I give it props to that. Like, it's still so, like, friends and family are just like, oh, who's this person adding me? It's like on Twitter, it's like, just follow the fuck out of people.
Yeah, exactly.
Grow your network. Grow your network.
Yup. It's much better. Yeah, for that, definitely. For a creative project, it's so much better.
Yep.
Yeah.
So is even like to compare to like Facebook. So is like MySpace back in the day.
Yeah.
It was so much better for music.
I think it's still around for music.
It is.
It's still there, man. They've got investors. They got, I think, like Justin Timberlake or something like that bought it. It's still there. Like,
Wow.
It's still got a following. It's just what happened was, I think, where they dropped the ball was, apparently, from what I understand, was the way it was coded, and to like revamp, they had to like basically start from scratch, and it lost everybody's profiles, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard that. Like anyone who had a profile, it just wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, it's like, we're starting over, blank slate. Like, let's go at it. And I think it pissed a lot of people off. Like, so yeah, no, that's like one thing that, you know, when we talked about, you know, we're like developing Inkster and talking with people, we're like, we just make sure that can't happen. And I don't think like websites aren't even coded the same like that anymore. They're more in modules these days, so like you would never run into that problem. But it was made at a time where it was like, it was, you know, one of the first, you know, the pioneering kind of like, it was a good name for it, MySpace.
Yeah, it was really.
Yeah, it was. I was kind of like, when Facebook came out, I was always like, MySpace was better. I really always felt that. Like, it had you could post like blogs, I think it was, and stuff like that. It was a lot cooler.
I didn't start using Facebook for like 4 or 5 years after it was.
Yeah,
I wanted to tell Slim he's got to remember to buy the Plumbus later.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And the Gorgatron repellent.
The Gorgatron repellent. Yeah.
Yes. Plumbus is very important.
The Plumbus is important.
Pre-order it.
Rob, do you still practice magic?
Like, you know, once in a while, man. You know, like when you're having some drinks and people come over and then somebody finds out I can do a trick, I usually have to bust out a few, you know?
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, because I got into it. I've been practicing card magic for the past like 3 months, and I always have a deck of cards in my hand. Like,
Has he gotten good at it, Pete?
I just hear him shuffling every morning.
I haven't showed any tricks to anyone because I want to get like really good before I perform.
Because you don't know any.
You know what book you gotta get? You know what book you gotta get? I'm looking at it right now on my shelf. It's called The Expert at the Card Table.
I have
and
that.
It's by you have that?
Yeah, I haven't read it. I'm reading The Royal Road right now.
Okay.
After I
Expert
finish
at the Card Table is a good place to start.
Cool. Yeah.
I thought you had to learn to read first.
Yeah, I got to learn to read first. Once I figure out how to read, then I'll read that.
Baby steps, you know?
Little tiny.
Yeah, definitely, though. If you ever, like, if you're just, it's awesome, man. Send me an email, and, like, I could, if any of the resources I have, I could share with you. It's, like, a great, you know, like you said, I always have a deck of cards in my hand. Pretty much me, too. Like, even at Christmas, my mom always still buys me, like, throws 2 decks of cards in my stockings at Christmas, you know? Because she knows that they'll get used.
Yeah, that's so cool, dude.
I liked his presidential deck that has all the presidents
All the
on
presidents?
it.
Yeah. President.
I wanted to deface the George Bush and the Barack Obama ones. Actually, I wanted to also deface the Clinton and the Ford and the Nixon and the Johnson one, too.
I like that you said deflace.
Yeah, deflace. It's more. It's even deeper than defacing it.
I thought it was flakier than.
Oh, it's even worse. Because they were all dirtbags, every last one.
What about Kennedy?
No, Kennedy was the last good president we had.
The last good. Okay.
like-
What about Reagan?
Reagan would have been good, but his cabinet was just fucking corrupt.
What about
man.
Carter?
No, he's a piece of shit. He knows how to deface.
Rob, we have to wrap this up, dude. Where can everybody find you?
I'm probably Twitter is the best place to start. I'm pretty much everywhere though. Like, you know, I've got music on SoundCloud. Like, I've got a LinkedIn profile, Facebook. You know, Inkster. If you go to Inkster.com, you can track me down from there. That's probably the best place to start. That's probably the best and easiest way.
Cool, dude. Thank you so much
thanks
for
for
talking
having me
to
on,
us.
guys. I appreciate it. And if let's keep in touch, and I'd be happy to come back on again one day and catch up.
Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
All right, you guys have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your show.
You too. Have a better one.
Okay, take care, boys.
You too.
All right.
Later.
See ya.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break and then we'll be back. Look, do you see my Facebook? Should we read it?
Edward messaged you. He
Hi,
didn't
Jonathan.
message.
Thank you for having me on your
Oh.
show tonight and introducing your audience to me. Well, you're welcome, Ed. All right, guys, we're going on break. We'll
I
be
thought
back.
it was Ed White. I was like, Edward, I love Edward, but why?